Hi! Join me on a journey through 20 new, original, and mind-blowing facts that are going to knock your socks off. So let's get exploring! According to a study, wearing a Superman t-shirt can boost your self-confidence because of what is known as the Superman effect or enclothed cognition. This association primes our minds, influencing self-perception, and even more if we take on power poses like Superman's confident stance, which will further increase self-confidence. So keep away from kryptonite when you're wearing your Superman t-shirt. In the United Kingdom, you must drive on the left by law. However, Savoy Court is the one exception. This small street, located near the Savoy Hotel in London, is the only place in the UK where vehicles are required to drive on the right. This was originally a quirky wish of the hotel's founder, Richard Doyley Cart, who felt this appeared more elegant when hotel guests arrived. Alaska is the most eastern and the most western U.S. state. Its Aleutian Islands stretch across the 180th meridian, which divides east and west. So, some islands are in the eastern hemisphere, while the rest is in the west. Spot fact time. Before becoming famous, Tom Hanks worked at Disneyland as a jungle cruise skipper. He was employed to narrate a boat tour and perform impersonations of famous characters like Indiana Jones and Goofy. Flying saucers, also known as UFOs, are a confectionery made of little discs of sherbet-filled rice paper, still popular in many countries. In the 1950s, Belgica, a producer of communion wafers based in Antwerp, was facing a large decline in demand. In a stroke of creative genius, they transformed their production to combine their communion wafer with a filling. Today their reputation is so great that they are now officially recognized as a traditional product of Flanders. Colonel Paul Warfield Tibbets Jr., the pilot of the Boeing B-29 bomber Enola Gay, dropped the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Japan in 1945. He requested that his final resting place was to have no funeral or grave marker, as he believed that a grave would become a rallying point for protesters. Instead, his ashes were scattered over the English Channel. In Vermont, USA, you will see witch windows in many buildings. According to local folklore, these tilted windows were designed to thwart witches from entering houses. They are usually placed in the gable end wall of a house and rotated to about 45 degrees in line with the roof slope. This allows a builder to fit a full-sized window into the long, narrow wall space between two adjacent roof lines, where a window would not otherwise fit. Spot fact time. Being US president is a high-risk job. Roughly 9% have died while in office and half of them were assassinated. Contrary to popular belief, David Bowie didn't have different colored eyes, but he suffered from anisocoria, meaning his pupils were uneven. This was caused by a fight with a friend when he was 15, leaving him with a permanently dilated pupil in his left eye. This gave him an appearance of being dark and moody when it was contrasted against his right, which was bright blue, which became an integral part of his mysterious personality, adding to his artistic allure. Humans glow in the dark. This results from a metabolic process, unlike the bioluminescence seen in fireflies, and our glow is ultra-weak and not visible to the naked eye. No one is quite sure why. Some think it is from cell activities like division and DNA replication, and others think it is caused by auras or energy fields, but evidence remains limited. During the Second World War, British pilots reportedly carried garlic-infused chocolate bars as part of their survival kits. The idea behind this unusual combination was that if they were shot down over France and needed to blend in with the locals, their breath would smell like garlic, a common ingredient in French cuisine. Spot fact time. A Whitney Gorham is a Scots word for a noisy quarrel about politics. Most volcanoes and earthquakes are not on land, but mainly in the Pacific Ocean's fiery rim, also known as the Ring of Fire. This horseshoe-shaped zone is 25,000 miles or 40,000 kilometers long, encircling the ocean, and is responsible for a whopping 75% of Earth's active volcanoes and 90% of earthquakes. This is an effect of plate tectonics, where Earth's tectonic plates grind against each other, generating heat that melts rock and spews it out as volcanoes. There is a lot of space between the particles that form everything. If you were to remove all the empty space contained in every atom and every person on planet Earth and compress us all together, the overall volume of our particles would be smaller than a sugar cube. Spot fact time. Makeup artist and entrepreneur, Maximilian Faktorowicz was the real name of the founder of global cosmetics brand, Max Factor & Company. Since the launch of Expedition 1 to the International Space Station on October 31, 2000, there has not been a single day when all of humanity has been on Earth. This continuous human habitation of the ISS signifies an ongoing international collaboration and is the first step of our journey beyond our home planet. McDonald's first drive-thru was created in 1975 specifically for military personnel. Regulations prevented them from leaving their vehicles while in uniform, which was hurting sales at the Sierra Vista, Arizona restaurant near a base. The franchise owner created a special window for soldiers to order and receive food without getting out, and this successful idea became the standard for McDonald's and the fast food industry. Spot fact time. In 2010, Fiji lost its original Declaration of Independence and had to request a copy from Britain. When playing chess, the word checkmate comes from the Persian phrase Shah mat, meaning the king is helpless. Though some believe it stems from Arabic and translates to the king is dead, the original Persian meaning is more accurate. It reflects the king being trapped and unable to escape, not necessarily killed. Bowhead whales are known for their longevity and can live well over 200 years, making them older than the book Moby Dick, which was published in 1851, meaning that it is probable some are swimming the oceans today who were born before the famous novel even existed. I hope you can join us for our next video. In the meantime, I would love you to like, comment and subscribe.